everybody and welcome. This is a class to be safe, right? If you have osteoporosis, osteopenia, this is safe for you. So we'll be using Pilates principles, of course. What else would we use? We'll be using weights today. So 1 kilo or 1.5 kilo. Okay? Probably won't need more than that. So please don't use any heavier than that, particularly just starting out, because you don't want to stress your muscles. You don't want to overwork, particularly the neck muscles. So we're trying to get you to relax everything and just work the muscles that need to be worked during this class. So put your weights aside, that's all you'll need today. But you also might need a chair if you find it difficult to get down to the floor. And I'll demonstrate that later on. So we're always going to start standing so that you can get a feeling of where you are in space today. If you get down to the floor, I know you're all going to just collapse down there and not do anything. So we're going to start standing. So feet are on the floor, obviously. But I want you to be really aware of where your feet are. The heels are under the sits bones. Look down at your feet. Yes, they're there. So now, keep looking down at them for the moment. You're going to open your toes. See if you can open the toes and spread the toes down really, really wide and flat. And then look away from your toes. Draw up through the abdominals. Pull in with your inner thighs up through the pelvic floor. We'll be talking about that a lot during class. So you've got this nice length up through the spine. Breathing. Let's take the hands to the ribs, to the sides of the ribs. Make sure those shoulders are down. We take a big inhale through the nose. Feel those ribs go front, back, and sides. Exhale, blow through the mouth, and feel the ribs come together. And again, inhale. Nice widening of your ribs. Exhale, blowing through the mouth. Exhale, drawing those ribs together. That's going to be our breathing pattern throughout the class, no matter where you are, standing, sitting, on our bellies, in all fours. Always come back to that inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Drawing into your center, pulling that belly button back towards the spine. So it gives you that lovely pulling up effect, like a toothpaste tube. If you squeezed a tube of toothpaste, it would lengthen up through the center. So I want you to start feeling that you're a toothpaste tube. Toothpaste right in the center. Or, I like the other one, champagne bubbles. So you can always think of champagne bubbles coursing up through the center of your body, up through the crown of the head. That's a lovely image. We all know and love that image. So here we are, we're standing. You know where your feet are underneath you, heels in line with the sits bones. You've got that breathing going. We're going to lift up our left arm. Lift it straight up to the ceiling. So if you have tight shoulders, you can take the arm out a little bit further away from your body. But ideally we want to lift it up in line with your ear. Ground down through that same left foot, giving a nice length. Now in this class we're not going to do any side bending or rounding forward. We're going to keep ourselves in this nice lengthened position and reach, and then bring the arm forward to bring it down. And then here is the left one. Bring it forward and up. Ground down through that right side. Draw the shoulder down. Gazes forward. Breathing on the exhale, take that arm forward to bring it down. One more time each side. We bring that left arm up. Ground down through that left side. Opposition will give us that length. Opposition will pull the muscles to the bone for more length. Breathing here. And then still with that lovely feeling of connecting to the floor, reach that arm forward to bring it down to your side. Last time here on the right. Breathe, and you might find that one side is tighter than the other. Just acknowledge that. We don't have to change it, just acknowledge and notice. Pressing down with that right foot, grounding down, reaching up with the fingers, and bring that arm forward. Now just nod your nose So the chin goes towards the chest, and then just lift the nose up. You're not trying to really get an opening through the neck, but it's just a gentle movement of a nod, yes, and a nod, up and down. And then come halfway between those two positions, so the chin now should be right in line with the floor. And your head should be in line with your spine. I'm just going to bend our knees. This is not a squat. Just trying to keep that tailbone reaching down to the floor, and then push away from the floor to come to standing. Not changing anything except the angle at your knees. Slide, bend, and up. Back stay straight. Pulling in that belly, shoulders stay down away from the ears, and down. So we're doing this so we can learn to hip hinge. Hip hinge is very important as we have more birthdays. You're continuing just to get those little knee bends, just warming up the joints in the hips and in the knees. As we get older, we want to be able to have good body awareness and be able to work the back of our bodies when we go to the toilet, when we're coming off the toilet, when we're getting out of the car. So now bend your knees and stay there. I'm just going to turn so that you can see that there's going to be no change in my back. Knees are bent. Take your fingers, the little finger side of your hands, place them in your hip crease, just at the top of your thighs. Knees are bent. You're going to send your sits bones wide to the back of the room. Your chest is open, you're not looking up. Just keep the head neutral where it is, but your shoulders are drawn back, chest is open, collarbone is wide, your sits bones are wide. Now notice I'm not arching my back. I'm pulling up the belly. The back is nicely flat, meaning there's an angle only at the hips. We press our feet into the floor, start to straighten the legs, tailbone down, and head comes last. We'll do that a little faster. So knees bend. Send those sits bones back. They're nice and wide. Collarbone is open, and we come to standing. And again, bend. Send those sits bones back. Now you can imagine if there was a chair behind you, you want to find that chair, keeping that back nice and flat. This is excellent to remember and do. So this is something you can practice when you get off the toilet, when you're getting up from a chair. This is what I don't want to see. Pushing yourself away. See how the back is rounding. Not good if you have any type of, any little osteopenia, osteoporosis. Even if you don't, it's good for prevention. So 4 more times. So bend, send those sits bones back, and come to standing, and bend first, hinge. Your fingers should disappear in your hip crease. 2 more times. Bend, send it back, and come up, and then bend, come over. Now stay here. Can you feel the back of your body start to turn on? You shouldn't be feeling this just in your quads. If you do, you've gone down too deep. We want to wake up the back of our bodies here. So pressing the feet in, and we come to standing. Good, very good. So let's stand with a big wide stance. Let's have the left foot forward and the right foot back. Now we're making our way to the floor now. If you have any balance problems, you might have a chair here. Your hands on the chair and gently lower yourself down this way. Otherwise, you can come with me. So we take a big wide step forward with the left foot. The right foot is back, and it's as if you're going to do a big silly walk, walking forward. Now, you're going to hinge forward, so it's not a lunge. I want you to think lunge. You're hinging forward with that hip crease. As you do so, you find that you have to pick up that back heel. Now this is a balance right here. See if you can take the hands away from your hips. Just bring those arms forward and take them down. Bring them forward. Take them down. Bring them forward. Take those hands back to your hip crease. We're going to bend that right back knee just a little bit, and then come out of that back to where we were. Just a little tiny knee bend. Once again, we haven't changed our back position. And then one more time. Stay here. We're going to step our back right foot to the front. Here we are, back in our hip hinge. Stay here. Big wide step back with that left. Hip hinge here on the right. So just lift your chest a little bit. You shouldn't have changed anything else. And then hinge forward again. And then just slightly bend that back left leg. Come out of that. Bend and up. And bend and out. Bend. Now stay here. Here come the arms. You don't have to do the arms. And take them down. And up. And down. And then last one here. Bring the arms forward. Keep the arms down by your side. Bend that back leg. Make your way to the floor. Come with your hands flat down. Both knees are down now. You're in an all fours position. You're in this lovely position. Back is not rounded. Neither are you like this. And try and keep that back flat. Draw the shoulders down. Knees under your hips. And push your hands into the floor and then lift your shoulders. And then press into the floor again till you press the shoulders. So let's shrug the shoulders up and press the shoulders wide. And up. And now wide. Keep them there. So the back of your shoulders are wide, the front of your chest is wide. So your collarbone is open in the front and it's reaching down to the floor. The light of your collarbone is reaching straight down to the floor in front of you. We're in this lovely all fours position. Now you can widen your sits bones slightly by pulling the belly up, but no round. Just pull the belly up and then slide that right leg back behind you, whatever leg that you want to. It's back behind you. It hasn't touched from the floor yet. You've got that long length. So the toes are still on the floor. Perhaps you can make that leg a little longer. So reach right from that gluteal fold. Reach and point the toes all the way down to the floor. Then reverse the toe position, coming into a tucked toe, and push the heel away a little bit more. So we're pushing, 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 toes into the floor, heel reaches back, arms are long, belly pulled up. Now take your inhale. Pull the belly up and use that to lift the leg just in line with your hip. Nice and strong. The foot is flexed. Stay here. You should feel lots of energy in that right buttock. Stay here, and here is your left arm if you want to. Or you can just stay with the leg up. The arm does not have to come up. Foot is really flexed here. Bring the toes back towards your shins. And then take that leg out a little bit from midline, take that arm a little bit out of midline, and then bring everything back to home. And again, slide it away, bring it back. So we're trying to keep the hips really still. 2 more times. If you feel any weight shift under that knee that's on the floor, then you know that that's what your body is using to strategize and hold you here. Take the hand down first and gently take the knee down. Find your position again. Pull the belly up, push into the floor, but then reach your breastbone away from the floor. Here's the other leg. It goes back behind you. Be on the toenail side of your foot. Reach from that gluteal fold. Nice long legs. So my head is not up and neither is it looking down. My gaze is forward to the top of my mat. So hopefully my head is in line with the spine. I can't see it, but hopefully it is. So we take an inhale and then exhale. We're just going to reverse the foot position, tucking those toes in. Push the heel back so the leg is nice and strong. Maintain that nice feeling of strength through that leg. Take your inhale, exhale from your gluteal fold, from your belly. Pull that leg up, lift it up. Really feel like you're going through mud to lift that leg. Can you feel that glute start to kick in and work? Good. Here is your opposite arm. Whoops, don't look at anybody when you do this. Keep your gaze straight ahead and down. Foot is flexed behind you. Take the arm and the leg slightly out away from midline. Bring it back. And away it goes. Bring it back. Notice it might be different on this side, and that's okay. Remember, we're just observing our body, not trying to change anything. Last one. Bring it back to home. Hand down, knee down, and just sit back, if you can, on your heels. Nice straight spine. Take a breath. A couple more breaths. Of course, you're breathing the whole time through the class. And let's come back onto our hands. And this will be the last thing we will do on our wrists. So you're in your all fours position again. Back is flat, head is in line with that spine. Tucking those toes into the mat or the floor. Shoulders are drawn down. Belly button pulls up to the spine. No tucking, no rounding. Sits bones are wide. We take an inhale, and on the exhale, use the abdominals to float those knees just a little bit from the floor. Just a tad. It's not a downward dog, so just a tad. What's holding you here? It's your arms. Yes, there is a little bit of arm work. Shoulder stabilization. Abdominals really working. Hip muscles working. Toes working. Feet working. There's a lot going on here. And then lower your knees down. One more time like that. Shoulders down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Pull the belly up to float those knees. Hold. Hold, hold. Now, if you want to advance this, maybe not today, maybe another day, just pick up a foot, just the toes, take it down, and then pick up the other one, take it down. One more time, lift and down, lift and down. Obviously, we're trying to keep our pelvis stable, and then lower those knees. Come off your hands, sit down on one side, and swing your legs around to the front of the mat. And then you're going to come all the way down to the floor. So when you're down on the floor, head is down, and it's the same position that we had when we were standing. So you want the same alignment, heels in line with the sits bones, head is down. So if someone was to bring me up to standing right now, I would be in that lovely position we found when we started the class. So here we are. You've probably got a little arch under the back, from the back to the mat. So we're going to go into our Pilates breathing. Inhale. And now exhale, blow through the mouth. See if you can allow the ribs to draw, the front ribs to the back ribs, so that that back sinks slowly down to the mat. But I'm not pelvic tucking to do that. I'm not bearing down with my back. I'm using my breath. Inhale. Exhale, blow through the mouth. See if you can feel that lower back, the sacrum, right at the end of your spine, before the buttock rises. Sink down to the mat. And you can practice that. This is an exercise by itself. Inhale and exhale. Feeling the breath, draw the belly button to the spine, lowering that back to the mat. Then you're going to maintain that. See if you can continue to breathe into that upper body. Inhale, exhale, we float the right leg up into tabletop. Exhale, we float the other leg into tabletop. And you know that tabletop, shins level to the floor. So we're forming a lovely right angle. Feet are flexed. Take your inhale. And on the exhale, reach the leg out in front of you. So it's the thigh that's reaching away. You're finding the floor with your heel. You may not find it. You don't want this back to arch. Keep the back. I'll take my hand away so you can see my back. Exhale, bring that leg back. And then here is the other side. We reach it away with an exhale. We take a little sipper there at the bottom. Exhale, we bring it back. We take an inhale. Exhale, engage the abdominals. Take the leg away. And exhale again to bring it back. So we've got 4 breaths. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, heel, leg goes away. Take a little sipper there at the bottom. Exhale, leg comes back. One more time each side. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, take the heel away. Take a little sipper there. Exhale, brings it back. Last time, inhale to prepare. Exhale, leg goes away. Sipper there. Exhale, brings it back. Good, and that should have felt challenging. Let's lower the feet one at a time. Breathing again, finding that breath. Inhale, exhale. This time, as you lower the back, actively press the back into the mat. The pubic bone will rock towards your belly button. Inhale, release. The pubic bone will rock down towards the floor. The back will release from the floor. I'll take my hands away so you can see. Inhale, exhale, back goes to the mat. Pubic bone comes towards the belly button. We release with an inhale, a little faster. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Nice rocking of the pelvis, movement of the pelvis, very important. Inhaling and exhaling. Now last time, when you feel the back touch, you will have a pelvic tilt. That means the pelvis is rocking towards you. You're going to stay here. The back is flat. Maybe you need to move the feet in a little closer towards your hips. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, press the feet into the floor a little bit more. Lift those hips. Lift them up. Now, I'm not on my neck. I feel the weight on my shoulders, like there's a heavy beanbag right at my sternum, opening that chest. But hips stay high. Don't let them drop down. Keep the hips high. We're working the hips. We want strong hips to get us through the rest of our lives. So we're here, keeping those hips high. Pelvis is not dropping one way or the other. Take your inhale, and on the exhale, just pick up that right foot just a little bit from the floor. Take it down. Left comes up. Take it down. And exhale, lift. And down. Exhale, lift. And down. If you want to go a little bit more, take an inhale, exhale. You can float that leg up into tabletop position. You could stay here. I'm not going to ask you to lift up the other leg. What we're going to do here is just stretch that leg up, if that is okay for you. If it's not, you've got other options of coming into the tabletop or just lifting the foot. If you're in this position, bend back to your tabletop. Gently lower that leg, foot down without the pelvis moving. Keep it nice and even. You've got a cup of tea right at your belly. And here is the other leg. Take your inhale, exhale down, float the foot. That's enough for you. Continue to alternate. You want a little bit more. You're going to lift up into tabletop. Notice hips haven't dropped. Hips are still up. A little bit more. You're going to extend that leg. My weight is on my shoulders. No tension on the neck. Everything else is free and easy. Then bend, take it back down to the floor, and lower your hips. Bring the knees in. Just give yourself a little hug, stretching that lower back, and then turn to one side. Use that free hand to push yourself on up. Swing around. Because we don't have a lot of time today in this class, we're going to come to standing now and do some weights. Always great to do. So, use your hands, lift your hips. Coming to standing, you're back in your all fours. Tucking the toes, lift the knees just like we did, and then start to extend your hips up to the ceiling. Walk your hands back. Bend your knees. Here we are, back to hip hinge. Take the hands right at that hip crease. And then pressing the feet into the floor and come up to standing. Breathing. Find your weights. Remember, 1 kilo or 1.5. Find your Pilates V here, so that way the heels join together and it is not knees out. You're going to externally see if you can find the external rotation from your hips. So you feel that your big body muscles are wrapping into the sits bones. So wrap them in. Should pull the belly back, inner thighs drawing together. Got a little piece of pizza between your feet. Not a big piece, a little piece, medium size. Finding that nice lift up through your bottom. Bring the head of the weights together. Elbows are slightly bent. Push down, and then take your inhale, exhale, lift it up. Remember those cartoons we used to watch as kids? And who was it? Sylvester the cat who used to push down with that dynamite? and lift up. So pretend you're pushing down the dynamite. Lift up, exhale down. I'm not leading with the shoulders, elbows lead. Zip it up. Now, I don't want you just to be up and down, up and down. Really think about this. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the glutes, pull the belly in, lift. Keep that lift, take the arms down. And lift, and down. Working behind your armpits. And up. And 4 more only. And 1. Exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Now hold the arms here. Separate the weights. Come into a right angle. Now look at your elbows. You want them in line with your shoulders. Notice when you do that, it opens your chest a little bit. I don't want you to jut at your pelvis. Keep that pelvis nice and tight. Belly pulled in. Take the arms above your head, bringing the head of the weights together. Now pretend the weights were really super heavy. Drag them back down to that end position. And take the arms up. Drag down to that end position. And up. Zipping up those inner thighs. And pull down. And up. Pull down. Really resist here. Doesn't matter how light the weights are. They will get very heavy. And down. And up. And then last one, we're going to open, stay here, breathe, bring your elbows, palms together, head of the weights, so not the head of the weights, but the weights together, palms together. This may be hard for you to do, so just go where you can. Just try and keeping this upright position of the forearms. And then we're going to pull open, close together, pull open and close. Keep pulling into those inner thighs, pulling the belly up and in so there's no rocking through your body. Open. We're going to do 4 more here. And open and close. And open and close. Open and close. Last one. Open, close. Turn the palms to face forward, rolling those shoulders back. Bring up your right arm. Bring up your left arm, just in line with your shoulders. Bend your elbows, keeping the elbow and the shoulder on a nice long line. Curling now when I said that, I shouldn't have said that because I don't want you to do puppy dog wrists. You're bringing the weights towards the shoulders. You're straightening out the arms, keeping the elbow and the shoulders in the same plane. Curl in and reach. So these are Pilates bicep curls. This is when you really only need light weights. Try not to let the weights pull you back. Really resist and reach and resist. You'll soon know it if you have heavier weights. And 4 more, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Straighten out your arms, turn the palms towards each other, lower your arms down with control. Rotate your hands so the palms go backwards. Lift up our heels, pivot on your toes, back to parallel. A little slight bend of the knees. And then come on up, just to remind you of what you're doing here. Bend, and then straighten up and stay. Roll the shoulders back, reach the arms down. Start to take the arms back behind your shoulders, and right where you start to feel the opening of the collarbone, extend that collarbone without going into your lower back, and bring it back. So just slightly behind your waist, and it's not this. We're opening the shoulders, bringing the breastbone forward, and release out of that. And again, pull the arms back, breastbone comes forward. It's as if there's a string from your collarbone up to heaven or the sky. And pull back. And 2 more. And squeezing into those shoulder blades, right at the top. and then release out of that. Good job with the weights. Now we've got one more thing to do. We're going to open our legs just as wide as your mat or wherever you're standing. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels. So now you're in a wide turnout. But once again, it's not from your knees. You're thinking about rotating the big bottom muscles into your sits bones. And then bend your knees, and then cut straighten, and then bend and straighten. Don't go deep, just a slight knee bend. Now go to where you're comfortable, then hip hinge again. Hip hinge over. Widen your sits bones at the back. Bring your collarbone forward. And then press those feet into the floor a little bit more, and then up we come. We'll go a little faster. Bend. Take it back. And straighten. Bend. Sits bones wide. Straighten. Bend. Sits bones wide. And up last time. Bend. Sits bones wide. Come on up. Heel and toe your feet in. Finding that lovely position that we started in. We're going to end the same way we started. We've got our weights. It's up to you. You can drop your weights down now. But we're going to bring up our left arm, ground down through your left foot, find that long length, reach down with the opposite arm. So here's a lovely, beautiful opposition. We're reaching down with our right arm, we're reaching down with our left foot, but we're reaching up with our left arm. Bring that down. Let's try it on the other side. So here's your right arm comes up. Ground down through that right foot, but reach down with the left. Can you feel that length happening through the spine? So good. And then bring the arms down, both of them. Bend your knees, hip hinge. Take the weights down safely. Hinge back at the hips, come to standing. Arms are going to face backwards, so palms are going to face backwards. Bend your knees, take the arms back, bring your chest forward. Now we're going to come forward and lift up those heels. Lower the heels, take the arms back as if you're going to dive. And reach. And back, and two more. And up. It's really hard to do on a mat. And up. And lower the heels. Lower your arms. Roll up with the shoulders. Draw them down. Pull up the belly. And then just a conscious breath here. And take the hands to the ribs if you'd like. Feel the breath go into the hands. Expand the ribs. And then exhale, blowing through the mouth, drawing everything into your center. Nice long spine. Beautiful posture. Lower your arms down. And thank you for being here. Next time we will do more lying on the floor, leg work, and other fun things. So thank you. Bye.